Welcome back to Renaissance for the Soul. As I, Odin Young, and we have a special guest with us today.
Jamecia.
Yo,
Hey, how y'all doing?
great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a singer, songwriter, actor, model, painter, poet, all
Entrepreneur.
around creative, entrepreneur.
Yeah, I just heard that.
Yes.
Okay.
Business coming up.
Renaissance woman,
Mhm.
polymath. Okay, I hear you. Where you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Born and raised. Big family. I have five other siblings, and I have 8 nieces in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Big family. Big family.
Okay.
Big family.
So you saying born and raised, like, so you really from Atlanta, like.
No, not from deep in Atlanta, but I'm from North.
Okay.
North, yeah.
North side. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is what?
North of Cab.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
North of Cab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever traveled anywhere outside of Atlanta yet? Or
Yeah, I have. I plan on traveling more because it's good for the soul. Like, because you know, when you stay in one place, it's like you start thinking that you need to stay here. And it's like, nah, it's a bigger world.
Yeah.
So it's good to go out and to travel and to see new things.
Okay. So how old are you?
I'm 24.
You're 24.
24.
So, are you a Goody Mob outcast? Do you fool in that
I do.
room? Okay.
I do, you know, if you want to hear about
Okay.
that too, you
Okay.
know, but-
Okay.
Yes, very neo soul,
Neo soul.
a little classical jazz. I'm
Okay.
tapping into that too. So I noticed that my spirit got a hold on jazz. you
Okay.
know. But yeah, I've been out performing for about a year now. It took me a while, only because I didn't believe in myself at
Mm.
first. Yeah, and I had to find me because I was doing so many things for other people. And once I found that, I was on.
What was the process of finding yourself?
Letting go of a lot of learning and unlearning things. Learning and unlearning things, and just knowing that when people would come to me, because people would come over my house just for me to sing to them when I was younger, but I didn't understand it at the point. But I had to learn that, like, it was healing for them.
Mm-hmm.
So when I discovered that when I sing and I do music, it actually heals people, and that people actually feel what I'm feeling too, and I'm not alone. That's when I was like, okay, this is my purpose, this is my passion. Let's go.
Okay. So go ahead. Go ahead.
so would you say that was the beginning of your musical journey?
Not the beginning of my musical journey, because I've been singing all my life.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah,
How long
my
you been singing?
grandfather, he built a church, and I was singing in that church at 3 years old. Got the picture too. I'm definitely gonna do a side by side at a certain point of then and now.
So 21 years you in the game. Like them vocal cords is mastered.
We getting there.
We getting there.
We
Okay.
getting there. It's a beautiful process, and I'm excited for the journey.
What is your sign?
Libra.
Your Libra.
Libra.
When your birthday?
Libra gang, October 14th.
October 14th.
Yes, it's
Okay.
coming up. I'm
Okay.
so excited because I'm doing my music video for my first project, and it's gonna be around my birthday time. So I'm like, yay! It's like a birthday present to me.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. Are you into astrology and all of that, or are you more like,
Not deep into it,
not deep
but just a little bit, enough
enough?
to be able to look up and just stare at the stars and just fall in love over and over again.
Okay.
As far as your music, I know you said that you are just now coming out with your own personal thing, but being a writer, did you write like for your church also?
I did not write for my church. I just sung, known church songs and everything. I actually didn't start writing till 2017.
Do you find your inspiration come from when you were singing at church, or when you stepped outside of that and did your own thing?
I would say both. But more so when I stepped outside of myself and did my own thing.
Okay.
Because I was able to talk about the things I was going through, healing and stuff. And I don't think we talk about healing as much in church, so it was more so that.
Yeah, Jesus healed for you in church,
Jesus
but
healed for me. Yeah, but outside, he's still with me outside of church.
Yeah.
Outside church, in church, everywhere.
I got you.
And,
So talk a little bit about some of your, I guess, your influences on your artistry, like who you grew up listening to. I also know a lot of people that get into like R&B or soul, like they started in the church.
yeah.
So you see those like undertones in some of their projects as well.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about your influences and.
So some of my influences were Jennifer Hudson for one.
Okay.
That's my girl. That's my girl. Okay. Jennifer Hudson. I will have to say, Anita Baker.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to say, it's a grand scale of people who are my inspirations, but I gravitated when I was younger. I gravitated more towards gospel.
Mm-hmm.
So those were more of my inspirations.
So are you talking like with Marvin Sapp or
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Kurt Franklin,
Yes.
Yolanda Adams,
Yep. Anthony Brown.
Mary.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Once you so I know you say like, you know, you have the inspiration. Everybody has like different inspirations, things like that. And then a lot of times, depending on what genre you're in, people hear the same thing. What do you feel you're bringing different to the game, or what do you think you're bringing different to the world when you come out with your music?
Different. I would say I'm a more jazzy and soulful, and my music is about looking within more so than just the outside world. It's more so like, okay, I need to check on myself.
Okay.
So that's what my music pinpoints at. Because I feel like, you know, we need us, and our mind health is the most important thing. And if we don't have that right, then life is gonna take on a mind of itself, pretty much.
If I know you said your journey was finding yourself. If somebody was to say, "Who is Jamecia? Who are you?"
I am all those things I said earlier.
Yeah.
And then I'm also
But within
a
though, okay,
I'm a
healer.
healer.
Okay.
I'm a healer. I'm joy. I'm light. I'm love. I am prosperity. I'm kind. And I always say one of my affirmations is, "I'm hurt even if hurt is not for you."
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm big on affirmations too. So I definitely speak those to myself every day. I got them written on my mirror and everything, and I make sure that I tap in and I know who I am every single day.
Okay.
When I'm waking up, I got it in my notes. I got it in my car. Anywhere I'm at, if I ever gotta, remind myself, no, this is who you are. You're not a no, you're a yes person. So.
When it comes to affirmations, like I listen to a couple of artists that sing affirmations. So hopefully one day we can get your affirmations behind some music, and
Absolutely.
then
That is a great idea. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Speak a little bit more about like those certain rituals or practices that you do every day to make sure you are you and you whole. Because I think that's really important. Because especially what you were alluding to earlier about how mental health is such a theme nowadays. Like you really have to be up on your self-care. So speak a little bit to that.
Yeah, so every morning, as I said, I do my affirmations, and then I tap into this podcast as well called Project Breakthrough, and they talk about affirmations as well, and it's big group discussions, and I'm able to hear other people's perspectives and stuff, because I never want to view anything at one perspective. I got to see all perspectives to get a better understanding of it. And I also, throughout the day, I constantly listen to positive messages, seminars. I like to attend seminars as well.
Like TEDx, you watch stuff like that?
TEDx, yep. There's actually a guy that's on Project Breakthrough, and he's writing his TEDx right now. Yeah, he's been trying to get in there for years, and he finally got in. So proud of him. Shout out to him too. But also I pray. I pray every morning. I pray talk to God. He's my best friend. He's the person who was with me when I felt like I had no one. So I definitely give him the glory and the praise every single day. And that sets my day. I feel strong after that. I feel like I can conquer anything.
I believe you too, because some people like I be feeling like they be faking the funk. Like I can tell you do that. You do this every day, and you got a real connection with God. So appreciate you.
Do you feel like your affirmations, and the way that you go about things help you with your creative process in writing?
Yes. Yes. Because I feel like in order to be able to give healing back to the world, you gotta be in a positive space. You know, you gotta be in a positive space. You gotta have a positive mindset. And I feel like because it helped me out of the mindset I was in, it can only help me, you know, through my music too, to help other people, you know, strengthen their mindset.
As an artist, a lot of times what separates you from everybody else will be a cult following. So I don't know what your single is, but when your single does come out and you perform it, I guess you could say for the first time, what what is the fan that you see? Like in order to be able to sell to somebody, you have to kind of have an idea of who is going to want to hear what you're bringing to them. So, what do you see out in the crowd of people that would be considered your fans?
I see a lot of people who, for instance, when someone asks them if they're okay, they say they're okay even if they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see a lot of people who hear that voice in their head that be like, you know, oh, check on that person, but don't.
Mm-hmm.
Or be like, okay, they're okay. Or they'll ask that person if they're okay, and that person will be like, oh, I'm good. And they'll be like, okay, they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than going deep, like, are you really okay? Are you really good? You know? So that, with my whole single, it's about not only checking in on yourself, but checking in on other people as well.
So you see those fans because you're singing to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's a cultural thing, or do you feel like that you sing the type of music that's for everybody?
Yes, I definitely see it's not a cultural thing. I see that it is for everybody because everybody has more than once said that they were good because we become so accustomed to when people ask us, "Hey, how you doing?" We're so quick to be like, "Oh, I'm good,"
Right,
or "I'm
right.
doing great."
Yeah, but
you know.
yeah.
But if that person would have really looked you in your eyes and been like, "Are you really good?"
Right.
It probably would have been a different story. And you never know, you might be that change in somebody's life that keeps them from, you know, doing something that they will regret.
Yeah.
You know, because then they'll look at you and be like, well, you know, they went through it, they doing good, I can make it too. You know?
And that's, to me, that's one of the definitions of Renaissance for the soul, because taking the creativity of a person like yourself and actually looking at somebody, because they say you can see somebody's soul through their eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So part of that definition of what we're trying to do is, like I said, take creative people like you and be able to make the change or the renaissance of creativity to show the love that somebody might need. Yeah.
Thing too.
Either they,
Oh, go
they
ahead.
have, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead. Go
Either
ahead.
they haven't gotten it from the people around them, or they just haven't given themselves that love. So it's like I'm not only, you know, pushing them to, you know, support the people around them, but just to support yourself. You got to be first.
Yeah.
Regardless, because you can't help nobody if you're not.
Yeah. Your cup got to be filled.
So it's like your cup has to be filled so that y'all can do this.
Yeah.
Y'all can pour into each other.
Reciprocity.
You know?
Yeah.
And then you bringing up one more king and queen, helping them, you know, discover their crown and their glory and their divine right.
Have you ever experienced people, and this is coming off of astrological perspective, because you're a Libra. Libra deals a lot with balance and reciprocity. But also some of the things Libra can face is people not reciprocating and learning how to deal with that. So talk a little bit about like where maybe in a relationship or friendship, you maybe recognize somebody wasn't pouring into you like you did them, and how you handled that.
Yes. So There's been a couple of relationships where I had to realize, what I will say is the past relationships I've been in, this is before I started my healing journey.
Mm-hmm.
So I was more so pouring into them and continuing to pour into them, and then it's like they're giving me negative back. So then it's like I'm like, okay, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling like I'm not enough? You know, but
Yeah.
I said, listen, you made it. You already got through the journey. Like you beat a whole bunch of other, people who were supposed to be born on this world,
Right.
pretty much. So you have a purpose. You have a divine right, and I had to realize that I deserve more.
Mm.
I deserve more, and I feel like they were benefiting more from me than I was from them. Because I'm a giver.
Mm.
I love giving gifts. I love to just come to you and be like, I thought of you today.
Mm.
I just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm that person, and they were taking that to their advantage. But what I will say is I don't regret anything, because even after, though we are not, together or anything, they learned from that, and we're still able to talk about it. Like I don't have any exes where I'm not, cool with them or able to talk to them about certain things they're going through and stuff. Like that definitely pushed them to want more for themselves and do more for themselves, and to know that like you're not just here. It's not, oh, this is just life, because life, like I tell them and other people, life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. So there's purpose behind it. Everything you go through has meaning, So every time you go through something, just ask yourself, like, okay, what is this showing me? What is this bringing me? Even though you might not see it now, you're going to see it in the future. You just got to trust the process.
Yes. Gotta get love.
So, what are some things that you would recommend to someone that needs to check on themselves to make sure that they're okay before they check on someone else?
I will definitely say, well, first ask yourself, are you okay? And then if you know that you're not, write it out. Okay, what am I not receiving that I need to be receiving right now in order to have a more balanced and positive mindset? Like write it out. Write out the positives and the negatives. Write out the things that you're doing that's keeping you from being more happy, and it's happening. Like people, they try to act like they don't know, but they know inside that okay, this is keeping me from being here. This is keeping me from reaching 10 doors rather than 2 doors. 10 steps rather than 2 steps.
Who's your support system?
My support system is my family.
So they're all involved in your musical journey?
They are. They
Okay.
are. They are. Especially my sister. My sister, she's survived of domestic abuse, and my nieces and nephews, they lost their home to that, and that just it's a drive for me. It's a drive for me, and for my parents to not only raise their 6 kids, but know that God had a greater purpose for them, and they're raising another 6 kids. Knowing that they wanted to go travel, but they're still doing that. It's inspiration for me.
Does anybody in your family like play instruments, sing, write, anything? Okay.
Yes. So one of my little brothers, he's in Texas right now at college, and he plays the tuba.
Okay.
He's on a scholarship. And my other little brother, my second youngest little brother, he plays the saxophone, and my little sister plays the tuba.
Okay.
So
music in the fam. It's in your DNA,
It's in my DNA.
Okay.
I want to hear your affirmations with some tuba and saxophone.
Ooh.
That'd be
Can I
tough.
type that up? 'Cause I'm a note taker.
Yeah,
And I love
go
to
ahead
take
and type that up. I think that's because that's your support system. I think that whole vibe will carry.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can feel it in here. I spoke to her a while back about how you can tell when certain people really got love for their fam and that fam support them. You can feel that because even when you talk about them, it's like it's different. So that's real.
What I will say though, they support me in wherever they can, and that's another reason why I'm stepping into my purpose and my passion, because I know my dream gonna make room for me. And then I know that once it make room for me and I get the knowledge that I need to have in order to level up, I'm gonna teach them too.
Right.
And then when I teach them, they're not gonna have for instance, like a poor person's mindset. They're gonna be thinkers.
Yeah.
Rather
Be
than
abundant.
just doers, you know?
Yeah.
And so with that, they'll have more time to pour into not only me but each other. Into, you know, my dad. He'll have more time to actually learn us. You know, learn who we really are.
Yeah.
Not just from, you know, seeing us at certain times of the day, but really know like what's going on in our lives. You know.
A lot of people. So you still young. So you said you're 24 years old. And a lot of times they said if you really want something, you have to be able to visualize it.
Yes.
That's why meditation is so big, because if you can actually see it, it's yours.
Yep.
How close do you think you are to your dream coming true, being that you're not that old?
I feel like I'm close enough because I know that there's some people out here that still they giving up. They're not going for their dreams. So I feel like the fact that I'm putting myself in certain places where I can't express, you know, my passion and reach people, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Like I'm rather than going 2 steps, I'm going 10.
Yeah.
And then, you know, once the fog clear, I can see the next 10 steps, and then I'm going those next 10 steps.
Preach.
You know?
Yeah, because it's wild to me, like when you hear certain, I'll use Tupac for example, like he died at 25. All the things that he had accomplished at that age, and you think about the age you are right now, it's like how? You know what I'm saying? Like how was he able to do all that and then die and still have a legacy that's can't, like people think he lied, you know what I'm saying? Because he did so much. Like so it's dope to see, you know, you at the age and knowing that it's close like that, and be able to visualize it.
Yes. I always say like visualization is key.
Mm-hmm.
Because, excuse me, if you can see it, then like you said, you know it's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
really just it's waiting for you to catch up to it.
Yeah. The timing.
It's waiting for you to catch up to it.
Yeah.
And then also I heard a gentleman who was on the Project Breakthrough podcast say that preparation is time travel.
That's deep. Come on.
Preparation is time travel. So if you're preparing for what you already see that you're gonna have in the future, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna come. You know, and you're gonna be more ready.
Do you meditate a lot? Is there anything that you try to see that you can't?
Honestly, I try not to try to see anything. I just let it come to me. You know, I just let it come to me because I think what is for me is for me, and I don't want to put anything, you know, in my head that is not meant for me. You know, because a lot of things that's not meant for us, you know, we still go after.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that is like a detour from what we supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, main reason why I was asking is I know a lot of times I didn't meditate, and when I first started, it was complete darkness. And after time, then I started seeing specific things where I know for a fact that, and sometimes that's the added strength that you need to keep on pushing because you see it. You know, that's almost like getting to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to get there. You don't know how to get there, but if you can close your eyes and see it, you pretty much there already. So that's the main reason why I was asking.
Talk a little bit about, you know, because we've been talking a lot about positivity and enlightenment, you know, love. But I want to talk about maybe some obstacles that you faced, or even some hardship or darkness that you face with yourself. Because I feel like a lot of times people don't understand that if you really want to be a light, you have to go through the darkness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So the equal amount that of shadows and challenges you go through, you have that same amount of light. You know what I'm saying? So it goes hand in hand. So talk a little bit about maybe some of the toughest obstacles you faced up to this point in your life and how you kind of navigated that space. Yeah, so I was alluding to like because we were talking a lot about positivity, love, um, hope, optimism, but I wanted to balance it out because I know, even speaking from my perspective, like the reason I'm able to have any type of light is because I went through a lot of darkness. I went through periods where I was to myself, dealing with my own shadows. So I wanted you to kind of speak on maybe some obstacles you faced so far in your life and have you how have you navigated through your own darkness and shadows and things of that nature?
Yes, I would definitely say that I've overcome that. I've had to go through darkness to come to light. For instance, when I was in middle school, I was just about to hit high school. Um, my sisters were currently going through darkness at that time, and so they left. And my parents were trying, and they still decided to go. And I was so angry. I was so angry. Like I shut everybody out. I was depressed because I was like, okay, you left me. I felt like you left me, and then it was like instantly I became the biggest sister. So it was like I had to make sure the youngest three was good, and it took a couple years for us to be able to get back to the point where we are now and being able to actually talk with each other. But I had to realize that okay, that's not their true self. They're going through a process, and I'm going through a process. So maybe if I get through my process and they get through their process, we can come back in the future. And I had to be able to just take that and turn it into something different, something beautiful, in order to see it from a different perspective. Because for a long time, it was just a one perspective kind of thing. And it was like, okay, I'm angry at them, but think about what they're going through right now. Like, they're still going through a process. So that was, okay, this perspective. And then another perspective was, maybe this is what God had to take them through for them to be their better self. And it's like now, as we're older, um, my sisters look up to me.
Mm.
They look up to me. They ask me for advice. I still feel like the big sister most of the time, but
Right.
it's still like I love that they're able to come to me and talk to me about these things, and I'm able to give them the knowledge they need because I went through my process and I made sure that okay, I'm gonna get out of this process.
What's some advice that you would give to, um, I guess, other people that are kind of going through that? How did you, I guess, in a sense, stay sane? You know.
Say, you have to love yourself where you are now. Like you have to appreciate yourself where you are now because you've come through a lot. And I feel like a lot of people they don't go back and be like, dang, like I prayed to God about that and I overcame that too. I prayed to God about that and He answered that prayer too. You know, I came through that and I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like I'm still alive. I'm still breathing. So let me cherish that. So I would definitely say to love yourself where you are now, because once you start loving yourself where you are now, that is going to be the thing, the light, the spark, the lighter.
Mm.
That's the lighter, okay? And then it's gonna grow into something that's gonna outweigh the darkness,
Mm.
and then you'll have the strength to go ahead and scoot that out of the way
Yeah.
and focus on your actual goal and your actual purpose and what you want to do, what makes you happy. Yeah. The self work, self work, self work, self work, self work.
What's a couple of things you do for fun, or what do you see as fun?
I love to free paint. I love to free paint. I love to model. I love to get other people together to free paint.
Mm.
Because honestly, I feel like painting is healing too.
It is.
Like
Modeling
you can
is
put it
too.
on a canvas. Modeling is too.
Yeah.
Modeling is too. I love amusement parks.
Mm.
I love to write poetry. I love to spend time with my family. That's a big one. That's a big one. I'm actually trying to find a balance right now between spending time with them and making time for my purpose. Like making sure that yes, I want to go home and take the kids here, here, and here, but I got to make sure I get down in the studio and I get something done. So it's really finding the balance too. But what else?
Are you a reader at all?
I'm a reader. I'm a reader.
Favorite books?
I would definitely have to say right now I'm reading Awaken the Giant Within. And that's a really good book. I'm almost finished with that. Me and my friend actually we're having like a bet, see who can finish it first.
Okay. That's about what's his name?
Tony Robbins.
Yeah, that's Tony Robbins. Yeah.
Yes, that's by Tony Robbins. And that kind of book you're able to write in it too. I love to write in my books, like to notate and to underline and to highlight, because it's like when you go back to it, it's like you have a different understanding of it.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Okay, so can you share like a memorable moment or a story behind one of your songs that holds a special meaning to you?
Yes. I'll talk about my single that's coming out.
And what's the title of that single?
The title is Are You Okay?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I am okay.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I am okay.
You sure?
I am well.
Positive.
I'm great.
I love that.
I love it for you too.
Thank you.
Y'all sound like y'all want to start singing a duet.
Like just start going to some poetry.
Listen,
like,
we can get that
hey,
together.
what's
For
up?
real.
What's up?
I have some songs where I want some poetry in the beginning, and then I want it to flow into the
Okay.
song.
Brown Sugar, my sweetest friend. Where did our love go? Yeah, like, just a little bit. I can't get everything.
Nah, come on now. I thought you was about to go in. I'm about to come in with a chorus real quick.
Y'all just did it a minute ago.
Hey,
little freestyle. But Are You Okay? That came from when my sister was going through what she was going through. She didn't talk about it a lot. And I feel like I was so just big on, going to get the kids and making sure that I take them out and I still show them that, you can still have fun. Still, be in positive spaces and stuff. And I didn't ask her enough if she was okay. And I feel like with that, it was also me overcoming what happened when we were younger when she left. So I still had a little resentment towards her because of that. So the day that I broke free of that was the day that she cried out. And I was like, I see you. I see you. And we're going to get you in a better space. We're going to get you in a better area because you don't deserve that. And I feel like with her, she felt like she deserved what was happening to her. And it was like, no, listen, God got a bigger dream for you. He has a bigger dream for you. And I feel like, when I had to ask her, like, no, are you really okay? Like, I had to really look her in her eyes because she was quick to be, I'm good. It's like, no, are you really okay? You can talk to me. I had to create a space for her to be able to share those emotions with me. And that's really what it is. Sometimes, and like I told her, even if you don't want to talk about it, I'll just be here. I'll be a presence so that you can get it out. So that's not just but somebody else knows what's going on.
That's
and
deep.
that was the beginning. That was the beginning of it, and I was able to get her out of that situation. And first I got the kids out. I got her and the kids out, but she wasn't ready yet. She wasn't ready. She was still battling with, do I still deserve that? And going back and forth. So I had to give her space to overcome that for herself. I gave her the tools. I gave her the knowledge. But I couldn't force her to do anything. I had to let her reach that point where she was tired of being tired. And know that, okay, I have to see this from a different perspective because this perspective that I'm seeing it from it's not good for me. It doesn't pour into me. So once she did that, I was there. I told her I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here whenever you're ready, and my family did too. And now that she's here, she's doing a lot better. And you know, she's still a work in progress, but she's working. She's working towards the progress. You know, she's preparing for the future.
Right. She's time traveling.
She's time traveling.
Yeah.
Some of the
Time traveling.
some of the things that you look at as fun, like let's say free painting, are those things that you bring her to experience with you?
Yeah. Those things, and with the kids too.
Yeah.
Like I'll probably if I can't get any canvases, I'll go get poster boards, white poster boards.
Does that at that time? Do you feel like they communicate a little bit more while you're free painting, or doing things in nature? Because I've noticed like a lot of times people feel like they're being obligated to say something, but once you plant that seed in their head that you're there for them, and you take them away from that situation to do something like free painting, that seed grows, and then they'll come out and say without you having to ask. So, like, have you caught yourself in situations like that where you guys might be painting or doing something, and then now the conversation's had to help her grow?
Absolutely. With her, with friends, with other family, like it's something about just creating a space and having them do something different from what they're used to.
That's that renaissance.
Yeah, doing something different from what you're used to, and just knowing, like, figuring out, oh, okay, I kind of like this.
Right.
You know, feeling comfortable in that space. They eventually open up.
Yeah.
And they talk about more than what they would have talked about if, you know, y'all wasn't in that type of space, that type of intimate space. It's like an intimate space for them.
And that's the aspect of a great healer, because you're able to provide people with that space for them to feel like, yo, I can come to you. And sometimes I found, even in my own experiences, it's not even so much what you say. Sometimes it's just like you be around people and their aura is healing, their presence is healing. You don't have to say nothing. You could literally say that to somebody, be like, look, you don't even gotta tell me. Just come get a hug and you good. You know what I'm saying?
Me and my little sister, because she was overcoming some things with the transition from middle school to high school. And just, I feel like she was trying to figure out, who am I? Where do I stand? Like, what do I like to do? Like, and I had to push her, you know, try new things. I got her into modeling.
Oh yeah,
and
okay, yeah.
Since that showed her confidence, I can see the light. It's just getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And just pushing her to be in Beta Club. Pushing her to, you know, try new things. Go get in theater.
Yeah.
If you want to act, go get in theater.
Yeah.
She's going to be performing in my show next week.
Wow.
Her and my older sister. Because my older sister, she wants to get into acting. And I told her, you know, go for it. You're still young.
And you said a show next week? What, the 16th?
Yes, the 16th. Yes, I have a show. It's called Expressions, and it's gonna be me and a few other artists. It's gonna be me and a few other artists, and we're gonna be able to just have the platform to do whatever we choose for a 30-minute set.
Okay.
And I have a message. I that I want to give to everyone.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, because you've been giving us messages today. So.
And sorry about that interruption. I was actually trying to get the beat up so you can get your message.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But go ahead.
But I wanted to ask you. Oh, go ahead. I keep cutting her wisdom. Go ahead.
Fine.
Go ahead.
So I saw that you auditioned for Apollo.
Yes. You see that?
Hey, we do our research.
Showtime at the Apollo?
Showtime at the Apollo.
So what was your thought process like? Like, how was that for you?
It was nerve-wracking. But I knew that, you know, being uncomfortable sometimes is your best option, you know. And I not only auditioned for the Apollo, I auditioned for American Idol as well.
You did tell me that, yes.
I did. And I actually want to tell you guys the story. So I auditioned and I got through to the to perform for the executive producers. And they told me that they will be sending me an email in 2 to 3 weeks about furthering in the competition. They love my performance, everything. I received the email last week and I did not get chosen. But I'm so happy because I still did it. I still put myself in a different space. didn't get picked, it wasn't because I don't have talent.
Yeah.
Because I got talent.
Right.
I got talent for days.
Yeah.
And they loved it still. And because I know who I am, I wasn't sad. I wasn't sad. I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself because I know there's more to come.
Mm.
You know, and I'm going to audition for the Apollo in November.
Okay.
So I said, listen, I did the video audition. You seen the video audition? I'm going out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in their face.
Right.
You're gonna see me. I'm not a no.
Yeah.
I'm a yes.
Yeah.
I'm a yes.
Her.
Let's get
I
that.
am her.
You gotta,
I am her.
come on, y'all. Come on. You gotta give some love. Yeah. Nah, that's dope, though. I mean, what you speaking to is what you've been talking about all day, you know, preparing for greatness. That's that, giving yourself the ability to time travel, to step into these portals where you can become the greatest version of yourself. And that's how you do it. So that's real.
I asked God the other day, what dream does He have for me? Yes, I have a dream for myself, but what dream do you have? And I went and the people who are hosting the showcase for next week, they have a podcast as well. And they have me come on there and talk so that I can do my promotion video and everything. They was like, let's go in the studio. So I ended up recording my voice actually to my track. And then I ended up meeting the artist that wanted to be featured on my track. And then one of my best friends just surprised me and told me that she paid a videographer to do my first music video shoot.
Wow.
So it's like, after I asked that question, God was like, yeah, I was waiting.
Yeah.
I got you. Here you go.
You just had to put that beam up
Here
real
you go.
quick.
I had to put that beam up.
Yeah, that's real.
So, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. You ready for these bars?
Okay.
I mean, either that or you do the freestyle. Hold on, let me say these real quick.
Mhm.
This is like poetry. I just want to see what you're gonna. I'm just gonna say a couple lines,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna see what you do.
Okay.
All right. Sweetness, good gracious, flowers bloom from your zen as your aura oozes an irresistible scent. I thirst for a shower under your mist.
'Cause I am her. I said I am her. I am. I am her. I am her for you.
Okay. Yeah. That's real.
We're gonna have to get that together.
Yeah.
That sounded real nice.
Thank you.
You about to mess around and give you a Valentine.
You got chills, got goosebumps.
Yes.
It was like
Thank you.
real crisp, you know, like that.
I like that. No, I really like it. It just flowed. Like something you hear like a poetry.
But see, that's how I could tell when like people really either they create or they real artists, because they can just, you know what I'm saying? You can just hop into that.
I like to fly. I like to fly. I like to fly. I like to fly. Thank you, Renaissance, for the soul. You're changing lives on this podcast. I like. Thank you, traveling Alton and Normandy. You're changing lives. I like to fly. I like to fly. I like to fly.
Before you fly away, though.
Okay.
Before you
Yes,
fly
ma'am.
away,
Yeah, that was dope. That was
Thank
beautiful.
you.
That was beautiful.
might have to take his recording here, slap it on the beat real quick, and just have like a little sample that we gonna play every now and again, probably before your show even start. But we are gonna work with it. That's just like a rough draft, but we're gonna be wrapping it up. We do want to thank everybody.
I do got a
for
couple
tuning
more
in.
questions though.
I'm gonna go to that. Pushing this love culture. She like to fly. We like to fly. Go ahead, Trav.
I just wanted to ask too, what era or state of life are you in right now? Like, what would be the theme or the title of it?
Ooh. She is her.
Mm.
She is her.
I love it.
Like I tell myself every day, I am her. I am her. I am her. I am her.
Okay. And finally, what message or feeling do you want your music to impart or, leave your listeners with? And what is, like, I guess, your overall legacy, what you're trying to aim for with your music?
Healing. Healing. I feel like that is something that every single person on this earth has had to come in contact with in their life.
Mhm.
Healing, discovery of yourself, maximizing yourself as a human being, maximizing your mindset, creating a positive space for yourself and for the people around you. But it starts with you, and you need you at this moment, every day.
And this is the actual last thing. I'm going to say 5 words, and you say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Renaissance for the soul.
Love your life.
Family.
Trust. Bonding.
Salvation.
Healing.
Queendom.
Her.
Royalty.
Me.
And your show is on when?
September 16th.
If you're in the Atlanta, greater Atlanta area, definitely tap in with her. Where can they find you at?
You can find me at _Jamecia.
Appreciate you, love.
Like I said, and the quote goes on and on. Use me, but don't misuse me, and continue to push that love culture. Renaissance for the soul. We out. We love y'all.
Peace.
Thank you, Jamecia.